Brian Sabello and young hungry lions like that. How do you feel it's upping your game for a fight going against Terence Crawford?
Oh, it's great, man. You gotta have young guys who super hungry and coming to fight. Cause with the young guys, they don't spar like sparring partners. They're hungry. They're ambitious too. They want to be world champions. So they're gonna show you something different, and you hit them, they're gonna hit you back. They're gonna bring a younger aspect to it, to where they got something to prove.
Errol, with everything that happened over the past few years, given the accident, your eye surgery and stuff like that, how do you feel this type of Spence is currently now as a fighter versus before the accident, before that surgery?
I feel great. Of course, I'm not gonna be the same Errol Spence, but I feel good. I feel great. My ability's been good. Shown great wins. After my car crash, after my eye injury. So we're gonna keep adding to it and keep adding to the story, and coming out victorious every time.
One last question from Ryan. One last question from here.
Errol, what made you want to call up the sanctioning bodies today as opposed to during fight week, when maybe media presence would be a little bit more?
People gotta be held accountable. Where stuff coming from, where stuff going. And if the boxers get held accountable for stuff, other people should be held accountable too, and just knowing where's everything going to and what's it for, and you doing this, you doing that, but you saying it, but how do we know? So I feel like it should be different stuff for athletes. There's no retirement for athletes. It's basically great insurance for athletes, and they out here risking their lives and losing brain cells, and basically doing something that's not really natural, getting hit in the head, and it's nothing to benefit them. It's just like the guy, what's the guy name in Florida?
Pritchard Cologne.
Yeah, just like Pritchard Cologne. Who's taking care of him? Is he getting help from boxing, or is he getting help from these other sanctioning bodies and things like that? You hear about all these Hall of Fame fighters, and 99% of these guys, the guys we look up to, the guys we talk about, they're broke, and they gotta take accountability. They ain't do right with their money, but giving a 20-some-year-old guy all this money, what you think you're gonna do with it, especially when they don't have people telling them, or have people, showing them and giving them classes about, how they should be, handling their money, controlling their money. You give a 23, 24-year-old guy money who ain't never been to college, never had nothing, you give him all this money, what you think, he gonna do with it? I was almost, that tragic story, having my, buying Ferraris, and that was just the tip of the iceberg, because I was gonna buy other stuff, so that was like a blessing. That was like a blessing in disguise that that happened, because that really sat me down and made me think about, man, I'm not indestructible, and this life can end in a second, and boxing could be over with. I need to think about the future and not about right now. So I think that's where a lot of fighters need to think about. We need to have classes where these, promoters and managers make these boxers go to. So, at least you can say, you try to tell them, or you try to get them in there. Not everybody gonna listen, but we need fighters, like Andre Ward and fighters like Floyd, just to, tell these fighters and show these fighters that, you just tell them, man, y'all gotta do more with your money. Y'all can't just be buying all this crazy stuff, because all this material stuff is gonna go, and you got family, and if you can't live how you live while you was boxing, then you're not doing something right. You should be thinking, hey man, I'm trying to after I box, I still gotta live 40, 50 more years, God willing. So what you gonna do? Get a job? You making millions of dollars right now. You can be using that to invest in different things. So for me, I just want to tell everybody just to be, especially boxers, just to be conscious of that. To be conscious of the money you make, because it's a blessing right now, but That's why you got guys 40 years old, 45 years old, 50-something years old, you know, still fighting today and, you know, trying to make $1 because, you know, they don't have the means now. They're not making the money they was making when they was 20, 30 years old.
Thank you, guys. We got to wrap it up. We got to go. Errol.